Hey gang, how are you doing? I trust this finds you well. All is well with me. Welcome to Mzansi and USA News. Today I would like us to talk about a very sensitive subject. I've entitled today's video, Are we hypocrites as South Africans when it comes to face racial issues? Are we hypocrites as South Africans when it comes to racial issues? It's a question. I want us to analyze Ronaldo Gouws' video to ascertain whether or not are we hypocrites, divisive as society when it comes to racial issues. Of course, I will tell you my views about the video and my concerns on how the media has sensationalized the video and how dangerous and divisive it is in light of what we are trying to build in the country through the GNU. In any communication, context is very, very important. And for me, that's the main problem in how the video of Ronaldo Gouws is being handled right now in the media. Disclaimer, all those who have listened to my videos know that I'm not a racist. I'm going to give you the disclaimer anyway. I am not a racist. I do not support in any way, shape, or form racism. Neither do I support black or white domination. Now, bearing that in mind, remember it, let's get to the video by Ronaldo.
Alright, so there's a couple of things I want to say, okay? Kill the fucking Kafirs, kill all the fucking niggers. That's all I've got to fucking say. Kill all the Kafirs, kill all the fucking niggers.
Okay, with what you've just heard, if that's all Ronaldo said in the public domain, my impression of this clip is the boy is talking nonsense and making a racial rant using forbidden language in our constitution. There is absolutely no argument that one could make to condone or excuse his language from being a racist language. But what do you know? Then I start to discover that no, the video was cut short. That's not the whole story. Then I said to myself, okay, let's listen then to the full story so that we also get the context to understand the entire message, or rather the message within its context in its entirety. Let's go.
Alright, so now that I have your attention, tell me, how did it feel when you heard that? How did it make you feel as a black man to hear that, okay? Not even to talk about white people. How did you as a black man feel hearing that? Yes, you were enraged. You were upset. It shocked you, right? Okay, so now that we have the context for the vid, okay, let me explain something to you. I didn't mean anything I said there, but I wanted to evoke a response out of you so that you can understand what the next part of the vid's about. Julius Malema at the University of the Free State, alright? Now, we think it's a bunch of educated people, alright? It's a university, so which means that, you know, they had to have grade 12. They had to be educated enough to go to university, okay? So Julius Malema goes there, and he's basically having a conference about some random shit, basically just, exposing himself in the sense of making him more aware with the educated bunch, okay? So now he's standing there, and the place is filled with majority black people because he's there from the ANC, okay? So now he stands there, he has his little speech. Firstly, he calls Helen Zille a Satanist, okay? Without any fucking proof, of course, he calls her a Satanist. No proof whatsoever. Then he calls her a rapist, okay? You know, that's how he starts his speech. Then at the end, he pulls out the fucking struggle song, Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer, okay? Then that entire place fucking erupts, and all of them sings it. Like fucking barbaric people, they start singing it. Okay, now what springs to my mind is this is educated people in South Africa, alright? This is a bunch of young people that in no way were directly affected by apartheid. In no fucking way directly affected by apartheid, okay? Not even Julius Malema. And here they are singing about killing the boer, killing the farmer, okay? And they're calling all of them rapists. Now, for those of you that don't know out there, okay, when in South Africa a person says kafir, or when in America a person says nigger, what do you think they refer to? They try to use a derogatory term for black people. Okay? In South Africa, when a black man says, kill the boer, kill the farmer, he's not talking about farmers. He's talking about white people. Okay? Now, this has erupted in South Africa. Okay? This thing that he did now. That, you know, then the excuse is it's the struggle song, you know. Well, yeah, the struggle ended almost fucking 20 years ago. Why the fuck are you still singing about the struggle? That is what I want to know. You know, recently the police chief of South Africa said that, you know, they're going to look seriously at fighting the farm murders in this country. You know, focusing on how to stop it. Even though, you know, apparently he says that, you know, farm murders isn't actually that what was the word he used? It wasn't that severe as what it really is. Well, I'm sorry, if one person gets killed on a farm, that is severe in anybody's book. If anybody gets killed in this country, that's severe. And you need to look at it. But anyway, so the chief of the police in South Africa, you know, is making it a mission now to curb farm murders. And here you have the ANC Youth League president singing about killing the farmer, killing the boer. You know, and both of them are from, you know, the ANC, or they support the ANC. So how the fuck does that work, all right? And then, you know, in 90 days, we're going to have the World Cup in South Africa. And here you have an ignorant little fucking black idiot singing about kill the boer, kill the farmer. In essence, meaning kill white people. So here we have the ANC in South Africa and the government trying to tell people to come to South Africa for the World Cup. And yet one of their leading spokespersons say, kill the boer, kill the fucking farmer. You know, and the best part is the ANC is gonna, we'll have a talk to him about that, you know. We won't fire him, we won't dismiss him, we won't discipline him, we'll have a talk about this with him, you know. And then, of course, every white person out there that has a political pull has basically said they're going to take this further. But we all know nothing's going to happen. But now this is what I want to know, right? If I had to go in the street and get about 50 white people and start saying, kill the kafirs, kill the niggers, what do you think's going to happen? I'll either be shot to death right there, or I'll be imprisoned. But Julius Malema said, kill the boer, kill the farmer, with 600 odd other black people, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. And nothing will happen. So tell me, is this double standards, right? Do you, to a certain extent, think that this is apartheid reversed? Don't you feel that way? I mean, I can't get a job because I'm white, right? I'm being discriminated against. What happened in apartheid? Black people were discriminated against, right? The white people back in the day that were ignorant sang about killing fucking black people. Well, they didn't even sing, they killed black people. You know, for instance, I'm using an example. Well, now we're in the situation where the black people are discriminating against white people, and the black people are singing about killing white people. So, in essence, this is the new apartheid, and I'm the sufferer of that. So, in 10 to 15 years, will I be able to have an uprising and basically shoot black people because I feel that, you know, my rights has been taken away from me? So, in essence, this is going to be one of those reoccurring cycles where this shit just keeps on happening. That is what South Africa's come to, where people can sing whatever the fuck they want about killing a certain ethnicity, and nothing's being done about it. It's been classified as hate speech in South Africa, and yeah, he sings about it, and fuck all happens. But let me sing, kill the black people. What will happen? Let any white person in this country go on a public forum and sing about killing black people, and then you'll see what happens. That's all I've got to say. Till later. Cheers and peace out.
Okay, folks, that's the full video within its context. You see, when you listen to the entire message, the entire video, you would agree with me that somewhat the message Ronaldo is bringing there changes. Once you listen to the entire video in its context, the message is clear. The message makes sense. However undiplomatic his delivery is, the issues he is raising here have been raised and lamented by a number of South Africans who, I dare say, have foresight. The Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer song, sang by Julius Malema, has absolutely no place in a democratic society that is seeking to build a rainbow nation. If truth be told, you would agree with me that such a song has reached its expiry date. Why? White people who are the object of the song are no longer and have no longer been in power for the past 30 years. This is very, very important. So if the EFF or any other individual who perceives themselves to be oppressed today wants to sing liberation songs, they ought not to borrow from our liberation. They ought to create their new songs and direct them to whoever is oppressing them, because our oppressor and their oppressor is not the same. This is very, very important. A united nation cannot be built with songs that stoke violence, that incite violence, that incite racial discrimination, that incite the immediate murder of others because we look different from you. You cannot build a united nation like that. Unless, of course, you are saying to me that racial division, including inciting of violence, should be perpetrated by one race and not the other. And that, to me, fellow South Africans, is a true definition of what hypocrisy is. That, in my view, it will not take us anywhere if we are still seeking to build a one nation and to move this country forward and create employment. Now, there is something that is very important for me to say. I will say it in a little while. Just want to finish one thought in my mind. Where do we think this notion of holding on to the past wounds, past sins, other people's sins, where do we think this is going to take the country? Please tell us. Can you build a family like this? Can you build friendship relationships that are everlasting like this by permanently sitting at Bema, judging your partner of their sins? What manner of a relationship will you have? How about your siblings? How about your friends? So what can you really build if you continue in this path? I'll tell you, nothing. When will we ever relieve ourselves from the hatred as blacks? Black South Africans, that is. Oh, I need to include in that group white liberals who dare get more upset than us, who go around taking an offense on this issue more than we actually do. Now, if you are listening to my voice, you can pick up that I'm getting a little bit upset. Why? This is coming from a man who, by the way, for your information, in case you didn't know, has been kicked several times by the security forces of apartheid. We missed schools for 3 solid years in the Eastern Cape because of riots. And we buried many of our brothers and sisters because of the same government in the 80s. Are you following me? But I'm saying, putting these credentials out there in the public domain and repeating them 30 years later is nothing but evidence of a wounded individual who has no interest of healing, who is, to me, seeking attention. And that's why we are here. We are here because we keep on stoking this over and over again. Now let me address Ronaldo's rant about his racial quotas and his joblessness. This, to me, as a black person, is a non-issue, given how many millions of black South Africans who are more educated than Ronaldo are sitting at home unemployed. It's a function of a failing state, of a government that does not see its responsibility, that has failed in the last 15 years to develop our GDP more than the birth rate. We have seen a very sad story on our television stations recently where medical doctors, trained, qualified medical doctors, cannot find employment in the land of their birth. So that entitlement mentality, perpetuated by what one would perceive as white privilege, Ronaldo must cease. It has to come to an end. Many South Africans are in the same boat as you. You don't have to have a rant because of that. However, having said all of that, I need to say this in closing. What am I saying to you in essence? Well, in essence, I'm saying to you, my fellow countrymen and women, we should not sensationalize issues to push an unholy agenda. We should not allow a media to sensationalize issues to push an unholy agenda. Context is very, very important on anything. As South Africans, we should not be gullible and be victims of individuals who are seeking to divide this country because they are perpetrating or pushing an unholy agenda of dividing our country along racial lines. Why would they do this? They are doing this because they are seeking to stifle the unity they perceive is eminent through the GNU. And for as long as we are divided along racial lines, the progress envisaged by the implementation or the formation of the GNU will never be seen. But we are already seeing the positive results in the rand and everywhere else. This is very important. Why? Please tell me, where did this video that has resurfaced after 16 years, deliberately edited to be taken out of context, where did it come from? What is its purpose? Is it not to agitate us South Africans along color lines? Is it not to agitate those of us who have suffered under apartheid tremendous pain, but we have chosen to bury the past, as Madiba asked us the first time in 1994 to say, let bygones be bygones? We support Cyril Ramaphosa with all his faults. We are aware of his faults. However, right now, he is pushing an agenda to unite South Africans. We support, therefore, the GNU with all its possible benefits for the country. Until it fails, we are going to support it. Right now, my fellow countrymen, wake up. Wake up and see through those who seek to stoke divisions. That's all I'm going to say on this matter right now. You can put your comments down below to tell me what your views are. Ciao, ciao. Till the next video. Bye for now.